did. You gotta do it all over again.
What episode are we on?
Number 9.
No, it's not.
Number 7. Apathetic.
Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth.
It's apathetic.
Okay, fine. So,
look at these shoes.
fucking shoes.
Shoes. Not those shoes.
Those shoes suck.
This is rule.
So, welcome back to We Watched a Movie. I'm Jay, and that's Mike, and it's Tales from the Crypt time, guys. Get your dicks out and your vaginis out. We're going to be talking about that Crypt Keeper that we all know and love. Submit it for your approval of the Midnight Society. We're going to call this tale Clear Stage 18. So, Episode 6 is where we're at in Season 2. The last time we left each other, we were talking about Three's a Crowd, and now we're talking about I Got Buried, Bitch, But I Still Love You.
And next week on Reading Rainbow, I'll tell you about the Titanic.
I just want to know why Geordie LaForge was on that motherfucker. Shouldn't he be on the Enterprise, like, dealing with things? But anyhow, that was from Star Trek, by the way. Next Generation. So anyhow, this movie is pretty simple. This show is pretty simple. This episode, specifically.
Me the potato.
Shut the fuck up! It's very specifically simple. So, this woman, who's a very hot girl named Carrie Hatcher, in the show, I don't care what her name is.
Stacy!
Oh, yeah. Stacy's mom. Anyway,
she's
got it going on. And she's a model, and she's taking a lot of cover photos for nude magazines. I'm sure they're not, but whoever knows. And she's falling in love with the motherfucking photographer. Like, what the fuck is this infidelity coming from, Tills? Like, Jesus Christ, like, this is the second time in a row.
Yeah, the producer had a rough year, apparently.
I know, I'd be pissed too. And Miguel Ferrer, or Mitch, the boyfriend of this chick, who's also acting as her agent, comes in and he's like, look, fucking bitch, you're not gonna fall in love with the photographer, alright? I made RoboCop, you could be a bad motherfucker one day. Like, he knows what he's talking about, and he's looking at this photographer, and the photographer's like, can you just back up? Can you just, like, leave her alone? He's like, that's my fucking Kool-Aid.
That scene was super...
That's my Kool-Aid.
Super awkward, though.
But I liked it. You know what? I don't like Mitch in the episode, but I respect and understand Mitch's point of view.
For a second.
Because, look, if your girl is a fucking model, and she's got this semi-attractive, maybe attractive, hunky guy taking pictures of her.
Jesus Christ, why don't you blow him, Jay?
I might. But and she's like doing this like she's giving him like the look, you know, like, I want to see what your fucking dick tastes like.
This dude looks like Wally Zerbiak.
Yeah, and whatever, it's working. And she's like, he's Peter Parker, and he's like giving that fucking nerdy vibe. Yeah. And you walk up and you see this, you're like, fucking bitch.
All right, here's the thing.
But he's an abuser.
You gotta cha-ching this real quick. Cha-ching. It's like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre preview. For everyone they do it, go, I
thought you were,
then it goes to black, and then you see his face, they go, I
thought it was like, I thought you were going with the old fucking Hardys or whatever. It's like cha-ching. Was that Pocos?
No, like,
I don't know.
So this dude you see a dude taking pictures of this girl, and he's like, maybe he's he's
spread your twat.
He's not put your finger in your butt. I don't know.
Whatever. Make it sexy.
Heads up, 7-Up.
Kiss that girl.
But he's doing that. I'm a nice guy, but I might be hitting on you, or maybe I'm just a nice guy.
He's a total slut.
So, but here's the real Sophie's choice. Here's the real issue.
What's happening? What's happening?
Her boyfriend, Mitch Bruckner, comes in, and he's balding, but you can tell he's got a lot of money.
He's got that swag though. He's got that swag you can't teach.
And he walks in, and he sees he sees Devlin, the photographer, taking these pictures, and maybe he wasn't even that forward, kind of hitting on his girlfriend.
Devlin.
So he walks up and he's got the big like fucking 80s fucking cell phone on his ear, and he's like trying to act like a big badass, like he's James Woods in any given Sunday.
I'm sure he wasn't.
Just go get butt fucked by 12 Neanderthals.
You know what? He wasn't talking to anybody important. He was just ordering Chinese food for the night.
The cream of Sundan guy.
So you play.
But he walks in and at first he doesn't even say anything. He's just being rude. He walks onto the set. He's like, girl, why don't you? But he's a classic douchebag dick face, because he walks straight up to his girlfriend. He's like, hey babe, why don't you show him your ass a little bit? He's treating her like shit, talking to her like shit, and he walks up to the guy, and he's like that guy that walks up to you like next to line when you're waiting for, like, I don't know, your photos to be developed, because I'm in 1994, and he walks up to you,
it still happens.
He's chewing gum, and he's like, I just want to see how long
we'll keep going. I just want to see where you're going to go with
7 minutes. I
was going to see where you're going to go with it.
But he's just like, he has no like idea of like personal space or anything. Like he just kind of walk. He's like Steve Carell. If you guys have seen The Big Short, he just like bursts in meetings talking on his phone and he hijacks shit. He's just a prick. So he walks in and he oozes fucking ass face McCufferton. And
I hate McCufferton.
And
I hated the guy in high school.
And you know, the photographer's like, hey man, can you just like...
Well, I didn't like his attitude.
Make like a tree and split.
Make like a tree and leave.
He said something,
you stupid shit.
He said something fucking to be cute and got him out of there.
Yeah.
Now, and here's the thing. And then all of a sudden, Mitch goes fucking crazy. He's like, fuck you, fuckface. I see you hit on my girlfriend. You're a piece of shit. I'll step on you like a fucking ant. And he goes crazy on us. But
Stacy was hot.
No one's writing this because first off, if Mitch was a decent son of a bitch and he wasn't a total cunt McCutterson, then the photographer would have been a huge douche because he was hitting on someone else.
Well, just because he wasn't an asshole McHassle, the thing about him,
you still shouldn't hit on someone else.
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing it. Like, wait till she breaks up with him.
He's shoplifting.
Do not supply the dynamite for her to put up her boyfriend's butthole. Yeah. If he's a dickhead, she'll see it for herself. But then again, I don't think Stacy was. I think she was a bimbo.
But then again, Mitch.
I think she was a bimbo.
But because Mitch was abusive, though.
He was abusive, but I'm also thinking this. I'm also thinking
he deserves what he gets.
Look, I'm just saying.
I'm reaping what I'm sowing. I'm getting what I deserve.
The goddamn pen is blue. Look, I'm just saying.
I got him dead.
My case is simply this.
Pedantic bastard.
I want to suck him. So anyway, look.
Liar, liar, Jim Gray.
I'm a bad father.
How about that? I really am.
I'm taking these. Good claw. Depends on how long you were following me. Look. Oh my God. So much liar, liar references going on. Mitch invented fucking the future of law enforcement with RoboCop, you stupid bitch! If you'd given him 5 more years, he would have been head of OCP, and now he's dead because of you. No, look, I'm just saying.
But you do have to ask, what were you doing with that guy in the first place?
Generally speaking, right? Generally speaking.
We get deep in these tales of the
I know, I'm sorry. But that's what the good thing is, and that's what we like about this stuff.
The baby's yours, Bob.
Oh shit, is it really? Take the DNA test again. They were not accurate. Mike and I feel very strongly about this. Do not fuck with another man's Kool-Aid, okay? Do not do it in front of them. Do not do it on the side of them. Do not do it with green eggs and ham. Do not do it. Sam, I am. Don't do it. But either way, don't fucking do it. And this guy was fucking doing it. Like, he was throwing his metaphorical dick out to her and saying, catch this if you can. And like doing it like he was trying to be flirty with her. And this guy caught him. And yes, he was abusive and he was an asshole early on in the relationship, obviously. But the fact is, she should have known better to get hooked up with him. And if she felt something for this guy, then you should leave it up to her to leave him on her own accords. You know, the accords of Europe. And go with him.
The Geneva Convention.
Yeah, after that. And then everything's okay and kosher. But no, this guy had other plans. What Devlin does, it does a classic douchebag. Look, Mitch is an asshole. We both do. He's an abusive piece of shit, prick motherfucker that likes to beat his girlfriend. That's bad news for anybody, okay?
He gets whatever he deserves.
He's definitely not going to get invited to the All-Star game of the NBA. Never. But what Devlin does is an asshole thing. After he kicks him out the studio, he goes up to her and says, which is fucking random and crazy. He's like, you know, I have an extra bedroom and I can give you a key. You can come over anytime you want to hang out. Not to get closer to anything. I'm not gonna like have you blow me first day. Second day, we're talking. First day, definitely you're gonna sleep.
But he gives her a key. And she shows up. What
do you do?
He's passed out in front of the TV eating a fucking goddamn kid cuisine.
I probably do that. That's my life. Like by myself eating a TV dinner.
He's got the TV tray and he's like,
having a beer and having a hungry man.
He's got the brownie that you have to mix and like it's better if you just eat it cold anyway.
It's like you fuck it.
He's got the fucking rice dripping on.
I'm not gonna go to the gym today.
And she walks in and what gets me the worst though is he walks straight up to her and he's like, well, since we're both being forward, and he just sticks his tongue in her fucking mouth. It's like, dude, not only did you eat a fucking goddamn banquet, there
was no Banaka and nothing.
Yeah, you went straight in fucking Dartmouth, and he'd been sleeping for like 2 hours, so you know he had that fucking.
You said Dartmouth, dude. He fucking sucked her face off like an alien trying to lay an egg.
That was the worst. That was the worst breath ever.
I know, but you know, nonetheless,
just rude.
That was bad. That was creepy as fuck, and that's terrible. See, that guy proved to me that he was an asshole asshole in this too. Like, there was no good guy in this for me to root for.
I didn't feel bad for him.
I would have rooted for him if he'd been a good, like, kind of geeky dude that would be like, not geeky, but just a good guy. Like, look, you got some problems. You need to deal with that. I like you a lot. Or not even saying that. Just, kind of laying the groundwork or whatever, because he is an asshole, but just not really hitting on what another man's already got. But the fact that he gave her a fucking key, like, immediately I went, Klinger stage 19,000 calling for Dr. Gray.
It's one thing if he was worried that she was being abused, right? And he was like, "Hey, if you ever need someone to talk to, call me."
Or here's a 1-800 number.
I don't want you to feel alone. But he clearly just wanted to fuck a model, right?
Who doesn't want to do that?
Right, but that's why he was disguising as though he cared about her and that she was being abused. When in the fact that he didn't, he just wanted to bang her, and he proved that because the second she walked in, he was like,
"Yeah, just."
Let me get this Parmesan fucking Nationwide is on your side.
It's like, did you have the chicken? Yeah, it was gross. That was such a gross fucking like sexual scene anyway.
Yeah.
And then Miguel finds out. It's Miguel's Miguel. Again, he created RoboCop and he's got that OCP technology to fucking track down motherfuckers, uphold the law, protect the innocent, whatever, fuck it, and never arrest an OCP officer. So he goes and what he does is he does a sneaky thing and he calls Devlin and he's like, "You gotta meet me out here at this cabin. Stacy's upset because Stacy's mom knows I like her." No, but he's like, "Come outside, come here and help." And he's like, "I don't fucking believe." He's like, "Trust me, it's just Stacy and she only wants to talk to you because Stacy's mom's got it going on." And then he's like, "All right,
I've waited for so long."
But first off, Devlin's like, "Yeah, I just trust you immediately. I'm not gonna go where the ex-boyfriend told me to go."
She's in danger? Oh.
Or not even the ex-boyfriend, the current boyfriend, you fucking sick shit. So anyway, Devlin, being stupid that he is, he goes out there. Long story short, because this is a short episode, Mitch shoots his ass and buries that motherfucker in the ground. And he was like, if I can't have her, nobody does. Like, and takes the motherfucker and puts him in the ground. Done.
Then he brought out a boombox and played Brandy, "The boy is mine," and made him listen to the whole song as he was dying.
I thought he was like, "You can pat your cherry lips." But anyway, so that happens, and then he goes to Terry Hatcher's character, Stacy, and he's like, "So we good or what? Like, are we good?" And she's like, "No, bitch, I don't like you at all." And he's like, "Well, how about we do this? Let's go out to this cabin and we'll talk about it." And she's like, "Sure, why not? Like, I'll just go out there with my abusive fucking piece of shit boyfriend that makes me have bulimia. I'll go out there with you." I don't know if he actually did that or not, but most likely he did. He's like, "You're too fat, bitch."
You watched the addendum HBO special on bulimia?
Actually, I watched the HBO first look of, I'm not going to say it. So anyway, I was going to say something I didn't want to. Like, it was going to be really bad. I didn't want to say it. I thought of something really mean. But anyhow, so she goes out there and follows OCP man to Miguel Ferrer. Okay, Mitch, we'll keep up together.
He tries to rape her.
He does, no, actually, this is where it gets weird right here, okay? This is where it changed from the 90s to where we are right now. What he fucking did, essentially, tying her up, he's gonna do these naughty things, randy kind of things, was Mr. Grey, 50 Shades of Grey kind of shit today.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Yeah, it is.
It was against her will.
So was the frickin' book.
No, it wasn't.
The book was against humanity's will.
She wanted him to do that shit to her.
No, he didn't. No, she did not.
That's a big...
She said no.
There's not a gray area there at all.
I swear to God.
There's not a gray area.
Did she say no in the book? I swear to God, she didn't want it. No, I'm just saying. To me, it just felt like 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, he was raping her or whatever, and it was bad. And that's what he was going to do. At first, I didn't know what he was doing because he took all her clothes off, which is like, she's not even dirty. Why are you doing that? I wasn't even thinking about that. And he's like, then he started taking his pants off. Like, oh, that's what you're going to do. You're going to sink that nasty monster in. And then, because earlier on in the episode, Devlin, a.k.a. Neville from Harry Potter, fucking useless fucker, says, if you ever need me, I'd always be there. Come on, Liam.
Yeah, he gave her a necklace that his mom gave or some shit. So
he comes back from the grave and is stalking up the house to stop Mitch from doing this atrocious thing. And
he looks like Beast from the X-Men First Class.
He does. He looks like Beast. And what he does is he takes the bullets or whatever because Mitch shoots the shit out of him. Can't kill his ass. You can't kill the love of Klinger 18. And he pulls him down into the grave and buries him alive that was kind of cool. That scene was actually kind of scary because this monster is grabbing you, right, and pulling you in the grave and then digging this dirt on top of you while you're alive. That's fucked up.
He decomposed rather quickly, but you're right.
He decompiled. I like that better.
Yeah.
He's banana peeled.
No, yeah, you're right. That scene was weird because he's holding him by the neck.
Yeah,
and
he's
screaming,
pulling.
and he's like, I got to dig potatoes.
Is that good fine dirt? Because it's taking a while.
That's pretty much the whole thing. But the thing about it is I mean, honestly, like the story's not that good. Like, I mean, we've covered this like twice by now already, in like Tales.
The themes are weird in this, like right now. Like we mentioned it earlier. The thematic stuff that's going on right now in this season is like you're right. Maybe the producers are having a bad, like maybe his bitch wife was a fucking cheater and he divorced her, because it seems like it's dealing with infidelity a lot in affairs. Like or just some kind of cheating. Like
it's like the Marshall Mathers LP 2. It's like, who broke Eminem's heart?
Fuck him.
He's fucking pissed.
Fuck him. That's why he was mad. Because
I don't think it was Kim this time around. I think it was someone else.
Well, maybe someone else. Whatever. Fuck them too. I like Eminem. So at the end of the day, the episode is solid. I did like the episode. I like the actors in it. But again, it wasn't the best episode for sure.
You could see what was going to happen coming from a fucking mile.
Yeah, and I don't think that it was romantic at all. Like, I think that somebody actually commented on IMDb or something I read, you know, in the user reviews, that said this is actually one of the more romantic plot lines in Tales from the Crypt. I'm not really seeing the romance because
you only went out there for 2 weeks.
Exactly. What the fuck, dude? You gonna marry her and she's gonna take your ass later on in court for 2 months and you're pregnant with her baby, or she's pregnant with your baby and you're on Maury and then you lose all your money.
Wait till you live together and you're poor. You'll find out whether or not you're really in love.
Yeah, that's throwing. Yeah. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Anyway, at the end of the day, I'm going to give the episode a 7.5 to 7.0. I did like some of the performances. I'm going to give it a 7.0. I like the performances. I like the actors. I thought they did a good job with what they had available to them. Overall, though, I didn't think the episode was strong. I didn't think it was amazing. But I had a good time watching it. It just, at the same time, I'm like, I don't really give a fuck. I mean, I was like, you fucked a photographer who was an asshole anyway, and you're a piece of shit and abuser. You both deserve each other. I hope you both butt fuck and die in hell. So there you go.
I don't like anyone. I totally agree with you on this whole thing. So comment down below, let us know what your all's thoughts on this. Who's the real asshole in this scenario? We love your fucking faces, and if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button to get some goddamn wham.
Devlin's not an asshole because he took care of me with his pictures. Oh.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah. You know what? We did a review. We watched a movie.